But first, let's get into this moment, okay? The bald beauty, the bald baddie, the bald your next bae, okay? Relay all night, relay all night, relay all night.
Yeah, you could go ahead and subscribe now. Thanks.
Hey Nye allies, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Nye coming with yet another reason for you guys to keep watching. So if you're new, me too. Now we're in this together, okay? So go ahead and like and subscribe because we're about to get into these topics. So the question I get asked the most is, you're a virgin? How? I feel like I have to literally answer that question with how I grew up, who I grew up around, what I saw, all of that. So out of my friends, of course, we was all virgins. Everybody in my circle was a virgin growing up. We were children, we were friends, we were just having fun. We weren't necessarily concerned with, you know, sex or what have you. But it was just like, as we just got older, you know, you heard one person's sex story, you heard another person's first time story, and it's just like after a while everybody else had one and I didn't. I went from making pacts with my friends on, you know, staying virgins. Like that's how far we went. Like we were like, ooh, we're all gonna be virgins, like we're all gonna be virgins until we're married. And it was just like, whoop. Oh, I'm the only one still here. I guess I'll be the one. All right, okay. Everybody just kept getting caught up with all these guys, and it was just like, I see how they treat y'all, but it was just like, as I kept hearing their stories, none of them were what I wanted. So you know, one girl realized the guy didn't want her right after they had sex. Another girl, the guy was literally like, I'll wait a couple months, you know what I'm saying, because I'm gonna respect you, but for real, I'm about to break up with you. Like literally, these are the guys these are the guys that they had sex with. Another person literally had sex with the guy and regretted every moment of it. Another person had sex with a guy and literally thought that was the dream. Promise you, like so in love, all this other stuff. But a couple months later, he showed who he really was and she wasn't digging it. So broke up. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm hearing all of these stories. And the only thing that was consistent for me, it wasn't love. It wasn't, you know, it wasn't a relationship that I dreamed of. You know, it wasn't even satisfaction. You want to know what it was? It was a disappointment. It was something they regretted. It was something that basically wasn't the most amazing thing in the world. And literally when they came back with all of their stories, it was just like, Naya, keep waiting. Like out of everybody, I want you to find that one. They encouraged me and said like, hey, you know, this is a moment that you want to share with somebody you love for real. Like this is a moment you want to share with somebody who you trust. Be with someone who understands you, who communicates with you, who, you know, really takes your best interest at heart. Really find what you're looking for in a guy before you share your body with them. I think watching all of my friends and their journeys and their disappointments, I had to be the shoulder that they cried on. You know what I'm saying? About these guys who didn't really care for them or didn't even know what caring for them entailed. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody was young. Everybody was just doing it because they saw it on TV. Everybody was having sex because they they have older siblings and they're having sex and they romanticize it and all this other stuff. Like, you know, they just did it to kind of get it over with, some of them. And it was just like, I see y'all and I see the results that y'all are getting, and that's not at all what I want. That's not at all what I need. I need somebody to love me, you know what I'm saying? Like, and love me in my most vulnerable state, in my most authentic state, in my worst state to the best. Like, I'm looking for somebody to love me, to be there, not looking for no temporary fulfillment. And I think that's where I really made up my mind, and I knew that I wanted to stay a virgin until I was married. I feel like another influential factor with that was this lady. Her name was Dr. Lindsay Marsh. I love her to this day, y'all, and I don't even know her for real. I was in this teen program in DC. She had came as a guest speaker. And so I'm looking at this lady, I'm like, all right, you know, cool. You know, she cute or whatever. She be flipping her hair and stuff. She cool, right? Then she get up there and say she a virgin. I'm like, you? Like, nah, like, I'm like, you too cute to be a virgin. Like, why are you a virgin? And it's like, I guess when she shared her story with us, she had a similar story to my friends. Except for she didn't go all the way. She realized these traits, these signs that she wasn't going to accept. After seeing that, like, really? You could really choose your first love? Like, you could, accept? You telling me that you can require these things and somebody can fulfill those requirements? Like, you're telling me, like, I don't know, because, you know, when it comes to your own body and when it comes to love, you know what I'm saying, you're telling me I get to choose, I get to be in charge of the love that comes to me? Girl, you lying to me, honey. Like, I'm interested at this moment. I'm so, like, baffled almost, because I've never heard of this before, with Christianity being my faith. One thing that they always told us was that we had to be equally yoked with our significant others. Equally yoked is having the same beliefs and values as your partner. So with that in mind, it was just like, I could really set a standard for the love that I need. You know what I'm saying? For the love that I want. For even the love that I give. Like, this is beyond me. Like, please teach me more. I need to know this. And I guess that kind of goes into my feelings towards it. Having my virginity over the years, I realized it doesn't make you more or less than a person. You know what I'm saying? Like, contrary to what people believe. Like, some people are like, oh, virgins, they think they better than everybody. We don't. You know, if you're a virgin, you don't know nothing. Also not true. What it makes me is, it makes me feel empowered, respected. By first myself, and then requiring that respect from other people. It makes me feel happy, like, just to know that, and be sure of, and just be focused on God developing the most perfect love for me. I think that's what it's been this whole time. When I saw my friends go through what they went through, I'm gonna let y'all in on that thing, okay? I literally prayed to God when I was younger. And I was just like, God, I see what my friends are going through. You know what I'm saying? Like, I see the heartbreak. I see the disappointment. I even see them being ostracized in a sense. You know what I'm saying? Because when you're openly having sex in a church at a young age, is what you get from people your age, to adults, to their parents. Like, anybody in line, anybody is willing to judge you at any moment just because of what they heard you done. And churches, some churches are small, so things get around faster than others. Some churches are big, so it takes some time. So that's, you know what I'm saying, it could be years to where, you know, that one situation is drawn out. And not to say that that's at all appropriate, but it's a reality for some. And so seeing all of that, it was just like, God, I don't want that for me at all. Not that it was even about them necessarily. It was all about me. I did not want that at all, because I knew that that wasn't the love that I needed. That wasn't the love that I was looking for. Matter of fact, at that age, I wasn't even looking for a love that a man could give me, a boy could give me. I wasn't looking for that. That wasn't something that was on my mind, on my heart, on my spirit, nothing. Because what I needed was God's love. Oh my gosh, I'm about to cry. What I needed was somebody to show me what love was. What I needed was somebody to show me what forgiveness was. You know what I'm saying? Somebody to show me what it means to respect someone. What it means to communicate. I mean, something as simple as that. What it means to communicate. You know, what it means to be there for someone, first of all. Because, you know what I'm saying, they say God there 24/7. He's omnipotent, all of that. Listen, I could be in my bed 10 a.m. crying. I could be in my bed 1 a.m. crying. I could be leaving work, you know what I'm saying, driving in the car crying. God's there for me every single time. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to rely on I didn't have to rely on a person. I didn't have to rely, you know what I'm saying, was somebody being available for me, somebody picking up the phone, somebody not being, you know what I'm saying? Like, nah, like, the love that I got to experience when I was younger with God, like, I was healing from something that a boy could not have healed in my heart. I think everything kind of set in when I went to college and when I experienced who I thought was my first love. God showed me that you can be with somebody and not even be with them. You know what I'm saying? Especially not being equally yoked, not having those same values and those same beliefs. Even going into love languages, not having the same love language, or not knowing each other's love language and just trying to make it. God really showed me what it meant to be unequally yoked. Because in a relationship, I be thinking I'm giving my all, honey. Like, I'm stretching myself thin. I used to think sacrifice was an equivalent of love. That was my idea of a compromise. And it was just like, I was constantly giving, and I wasn't receiving nothing. What does that look like? That looks like sacrificing my time. Planning out things for somebody and they don't even show up. Let's just go into any type of relationship I ever had, for real, because it was just like, you know, even starting out, I remember like one of my significant crushes, he would make public like declarations of his affection, and that was cool and all, but what is a public declaration if you haven't talked to me in private? You know what I'm saying? So now it seemed like you stunting for all these people because all these people are around and you want to say some stuff. And it's just like, okay, but when we're alone together, you don't say nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, didn't add up for me. Something else was, I'm telling you I like you. Or I'm telling you that you cute or whatever. You know what I'm saying? I can hype you up. It's like, I can hype you up and still be a virgin. I can give you compliments. That's a thing. But for you to just go straight into, oh, you know, if I was to be with you, you wouldn't be no virgin no more. Sounds like we will never be together. Like, what? So you're telling me that because I like you, all of my values have to go out the window? Like, what are you telling me? No, that's not the relationship that I want. That's not the kind of person I want to be. That's not the tone that I want to set for this relationship. Because if I say something, you know what I'm saying, especially if I'm telling you my values, I'm telling you my beliefs, you know, that should be something that you respect. But I think what God was trying to show me was, you know, I have to be able to respect myself first. Because the fact that I even considered altering my beliefs altering the standard of love that I wanted to receive. It was just like, how can you in one way say that you want this, but in another way do everything that you can to destroy the image of what you want? Like, the love is out there. The love is possible. Like, one thing that I always tell myself is like, if you can dream of better, if you want better, if you you can get it. It's a matter of you literally taking those steps. In all of those moments, I had to say no. I had to step back. I had to really look at my situation and say, will that decision make me stronger? Will that decision help me in the long run? Is that decision going to help me achieve my goals? Is that decision going to help me find love? Not in the way that I would want it. I don't want to have major setbacks in order for me to finally get what I need. You know what I'm saying? And that was one of my prayers to God. I was just like, God, I don't want to experience all of that hurt. I don't want to experience all of that pain. For some of my friends, self-image follow after that. I got enough problems. I have enough problems to be taking on, you know what I'm saying, what somebody else can think of me in this moment. But if I'm having sex with my husband, I already know that there's some lower attraction there. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to, when you set standards, you don't have to question things. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you set, and of course, you know, it's not set into stone. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't control other people, so people may change and X, Y, and Z. But I'm saying, when you set a standard, this is the beginning. This is for you to just stand on, go. Do you have everything all together to be able to be positioned right here on go to play in this game? Do you? Once you set that standard, I feel like that's definitely something that's helped me with all of my relationships. So I guess like that was my journey on like finding respect for myself and just really finding out the things that I wanted. Everybody be doing the list. All right, I don't know if everybody do this, but on the TV shows, they always talk about how, you know, women always write down a list of what they want in a man and all this other stuff, right? And so I wouldn't say I necessarily did that, but I will say what I did was I wrote down what I wanted, what I thought I needed, my spirit, my heart, you know what I'm saying? Like, I wrote all of that stuff down. You know, my values. Like, I know that one of my values in my partner, you know, is a good relationship with their family. I'm not about to tell y'all my whole list because it's extensive, okay? But, you know, just having that conversation with yourself, just figuring out the love that you need, you know, figuring out what your standards are, figuring out all of that, I feel like is definitely necessary for everyone, not even just virgins. I feel like that's an important step for everybody. I feel as though God has continually revealed what type of man he's preparing for me. Just in my interactions with some men, or just in my, you know, interactions with my last relationships, or likings, or friendships, or anything of that nature. He has taught me some things because, you know, it's one thing to hear. It's another thing to listen. And then it's another thing to understand. That's just like in my past relationships where, those moments when I knew it wasn't going to work out. I knew that I couldn't accept what this person was giving to me anymore. The moment I knew that I deserved better. You know, the moment that I knew that my past traumas were being relived. You know, my greatest insecurities were staring me right in the face. There was a point in one of my relationships that I got extremely comfortable to where literally I was just like, all right, I could accept this for the rest of my life. You know what I'm saying? Like, this right here is cool. I know what to expect. I know what not to expect. You know, my feelings be hurt off of this, but you know, I'm gonna keep it pushing because technically I get this in return, and that's better than nothing in my head. Like, I've been there. Definitely been there, definitely out of there, but that's definitely all due to God. You know what I'm saying? Because literally, if he didn't tell me that there was something better for me, and this is how he did it for that relationship specifically, I prayed. Let me tell y'all something. From all my Christians, if y'all not praying through y'all and for y'all relationship, like all of that, I'm just pray for you, because relationships are a lot. But anyway, I'm gonna go back. Reverse. I'm gonna go back. I literally prayed myself out of that relationship because I understood that I was stagnant. I understood that God was telling me in my spirit that I needed more. I understood that he was telling me that it may not have been worse than where I came from, but if I stay here, it's worse where I'm going. And I don't need that. Once he told me that, once he showed me how it could get, because I feel like God shows you signs. He'd be like trickling little scenes here and there. You know what I mean? Because literally, what God showed me is that it can get worse. And his free will asked me, do I want to stay for the worst, or do I want to get out now? And in my decision, I said I want to get out now because you've shown me that there's more for me out there. You know what I'm saying? So my virginity has been a very big part of my Christian journey. Only because I do understand the things of the flesh. I do understand what it means to be lonely. I do understand what it feels like to want somebody to hold you at night and you don't got nothing but a blanket and a pillow. Like, I understand what it means for someone to even just ask you about your day and care. Ooh, like, whoa, that's big. I understand what it feels like to not love somebody. You know, to have all of this in you. And it's not that you're not willing. It's that the right opportunity hasn't presented itself. Or, you know what I'm saying? Like, the right person has come along. Understand completely. But what I also know is that I have a God who loves me. You know what I'm saying? I got a God who I serve and who wants the best for me, who has plans for me, who has basically ordained this whole path. You know, I know that I have a God who opened doors that I can't even see. You know what I'm saying? Like, ooh, I have a God who tell me, like, give him the desires of my heart. Literally, I have a God who tells me, like, ask and it will be given to you. Seek and you will find. Knock and it will be open for you. I'm knocking. Hello. Like, God, please find me my husband. God has done and shown me so much in my life that at this point in my journey, there's no way I cannot see this through. And I've been close, y'all. But every time it was like, I know this isn't it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know this isn't the love that God's preparing for me. You know, I hope that this helps y'all. I hope that me sharing this journey though with you guys, I hope that it means something to you. Maybe you're not a virgin, but you know, you want to practice abstinence. You know, that's a big step. That is a big step. I haven't done anything. And you know what I'm saying, some stuff tripped me up every now and again. But for you to, you know, have had sex and enjoyed it, and you want to abstain from sex, like, I give all props to you, because you literally have to retrain your whole flesh. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, you know, if that's something that you want to do, if that's your path, if you're just listening to this and was like, dang, like, maybe I do need to set my standards a little higher, or figure out what I need, and, you know, really learn how to respect myself, you know, all of that. It's just like, I hope that whatever piece of information that you connected with, that you bonded with, that you learned, I just pray that whatever goal that you set for yourself, that you achieve that goal. Whatever piece of information you hold key to your heart, I pray that in your hardest times you remember that key. I really do appreciate y'all for listening to my story, for encouraging me, because this was definitely a hard video for me to do. And y'all on my Instagram came through. I told y'all that I needed some encouragement, and literally, especially this one message, like, brought me to tears. I love you to this day. Like, girl, we here with it, because you know, this video might not have gone up if you didn't send that encouragement. So I do thank you guys for watching. I do thank you guys for subscribing, and I guess I will see you guys next time.